welcome back to the Citizen channel. Hope you're all staying safe and well as we get to the end of the season. We're having a lot of last of the features, aren't we? Well, for this season anyway. They will be back. This one will be back. Might be a slightly different change in format, but it will be back for the 22-23 season. What a wonderful 21-22 season at the end, hey? We'll have to be happy with that, don't we? Of course, we'd love to win 4 trophies. Of course we would, but hey, we'll take that one at the end, won't we? We'll take the Premiership title. And this was the game that did it, wasn't it? This programme here, which we're going to look at today on the match day home programme watch. Manchester City versus Aston Villa, 22nd of May, 2022. So we're going to have a look at that today and see what's inside it. I say there's nothing excitingly new, as you'd expect. Let's hope for better next season. And you can subscribe to this, of course, and get it for a princely sum of £3.25 per edition instead of the £3.50. So save yourself 25p, commit yourself to 26 copies, and it will cost you £84.50 from www.reachsportshop.com. 26 issues, £84.50. If you're outside of the UK, for the EU, it's £65 extra, and for the rest of the world, it's £80 extra. So there you go. Treat yourself to that magazine. So it's still okay. It might be even better next year. Fingers crossed anyway. On the cover, of course, we've got KDB there, haven't we, Mr. KDB, the player of the season, Premier League player of the season. Was it his best season? Possibly not. He's had a bit of a purple patch, but he's had, I think he's had better seasons. I think City have had better seasons as well, but that's how it is. On to the magazine itself. Please, if you are new to this channel, please give us that like and push that subscribe button if you've not already done so. Excuse me, and spread the word. That'd be brilliant if you could do that. My throat's a bit sore from yesterday's game. I'm recording this the day after, of course, this Villa game. So push that subscribe button, not already done so. And tell your friends, and I'll be here all over summer, so there'll be lots of City stuff coming out, of course. Yeah, we've got the Pep stuff. Again, as I said, I've been saying it all season, not overly exciting stuff from Pep and certain other contributors, but he asked the fans to be loud. It wasn't too bad yesterday, a bit nervy at times, as it's bound to be, isn't it? Certainly when you went 2-0 down, but fortunately the guys didn't last. It wasn't too long before we got us a goal back and we raised our voices again, but it's as you'd expect. It was a good atmosphere, very good atmosphere. Was it the best? I don't think so. Pep said it was great, but well, it is when you win, isn't it? At the end of the day, anything can be great in that last couple of minutes. City Matters interview, is with Jane Comer, the women's representative. They just asked her a few questions about what she does on the committee and what's involved, but they asked some personal things as well. And the first real hero was Uwe Rosler. So nothing wrong with that. Mr. Uwe Rosler's a real first hero. One of my lads' heroes as well, like Sean Goater. I think he's another one of my lads' first heroes. Main interview is with Super Jack. Super Jack. Some stats for him in the Premier League. He's won 47 and lost 53. Well, obviously that's all Aston Villa's fault, isn't it? So hopefully that will be remedied next season. That'll go into the plus point. So that won't be too bad. And his shooting accuracy is 34%. That's not bad. One in 3. That's okay. It's not bad for an out striker. Kevin Cummins, great Kevin Cummins talks about and shares. You'll remember, you would have seen some of these images. That one famous image of number 8 Passage, is it, or something? We used to have what did you used to call him, Withington? I think we used to have numbers in Withington for the well, when I moved to Gorton, they called them Ginnels. I mean, we used to call them entries. I don't know what you'd call them, but obviously passage. We used to have number 1 passage and number 2 passage. Very, very posh for sort of entries of what we call more Ginnels. If you went into Gorton and other areas, what did you call them? Did you call them anything different? But he talks about that. Obviously, image that with obviously Kippax in the background. If you remember it, we see it a lot, don't we? And he just chats about that last year at Main Road and the pictures he took, and shows us some iconic pictures, of course, from that time. Head to head has Bernardo and one of Villa's real standout players this season, John McGinn. He's been one of their better players. Just a couple of comparisons. Shooting accuracy, Bernardo 39% accuracy, 31% for Mr. McGinn. And goals, yeah, Bernardo 29 in 165 games. That averages about 18%. So that's not too bad. But Mr. McGinn, 9 in 98. So that's just 9%. So that's half. So obviously, we know who's going to come out best in that head-to-head. Anyway, of course, Bernardo. Played for both. Well, we've got Gareth Barry. He spent 4 seasons at City. I think it just seemed a bit longer to me. It's just seemed longer than 4 seasons. But 6 goals he scored in 132 games. So yeah, fond memories of Gareth Barry. As I said, it just 4 seasons just doesn't seem right. It just felt as though he was there forever. Some others that they mentioned that just quirky. Phil Woosnam, I thought he was a golfer. He made 1 appearance for City in 1952-53 season, and he made 106 appearances for Villa in the 62-66 season. So Phil Woosnam, yeah. So I don't think I'll be doing a feature on him anytime soon. And of course, better known to us City fans and City fans of an older age, of course, Stan Horn, who between 63 and 1965 just made 6 appearances for Villa. And of course, between 65 and 68, he made 50 for City, including, of course, the wonderful league title winning season for which he was presented a league winners medal, wasn't he? Was it last year or the year before? Very recently, anyway. Blast from the past is back to our penultimate game of the 2013-14 Pellegrini season. The 4-0 win against Villa has set us up, of course, for that final game at home to West Ham, which meant we just had to beat West Ham to win the title. So that's our blast from the past. What's in a name? Well, what's in a name? Not a player this week, Manchester City. So to be. So presumably they won't be having it next year. They'll be coming up with some other wonderful idea. I've not been a big fan of this, as you know, all season. The A in Manchester for assists. Jesus, before the game, led the way with 8 this season. Yeah, he was happy. I'm not sure if KDB caught him up now. He certainly had 1 yesterday, didn't he? But that was unusual. I didn't expect that. I for interceptions, obviously the I in City. Cancelo leads the way for City with 58. The 8th best in the Premiership. That's blocks. That's interceptions, blocks. So that's not too bad. That's not too bad for Cancelo. Certainly better than perhaps I thought it might have got. Half-time quiz. I'll give you the answer at the end. Have a think of this one. You might have to think long and hard about this one. Which former... Well, probably not some of you. I would have done, but I'm useless anyway. Which former City player scored for Aston Villa in a 1-1 draw at Villa Park in October 2009? I'll give you the answer at the end. Have a think about that one. 1-1 draw, Villa Park, 2009. Gary James, good piece. Looks back at some of the historical highs and stats over the years for City with managers and games and all various things, all a mishmash of stuff. So the usual great content from Gary. City Women has a feature on Karen Bars, who, of course, who's hung up her gloves very recently. So that was nice. Academy season roundup, of course, another successful season for the youngsters. And some info on individual player season awards, including Players Player. That was won by Mr. McAtee. So, yeah, I won one of them when I was playing amateur football. I won a Players Player 1 year. ADS Player of the Year, Oscar Bob. I love that name. I used to have a laugh when I used to go on City Fan TV in the old days about Oscar Bob. But, yeah, EDS Player of the Year. Buzzword, simple, to the point from Mr. Summerby. Word, win and we are champions, and a tribute to Ferner, as you'd expect. As I say, a bit like Pep, you just get the obvious things in those columns. And there you go. That's it, guys. That's the end of that. That's the end of that season. Done and won. I don't care. Say, content-wise, it could be better, of course. It could always could. You've got Gary James, of course, Kevin Cummins, people like that, which is great to read. But I'm hoping next year they might have a little bit of change, go a little bit more upmarket. We can keep our fingers crossed, go a bit more upmarket with it. That'd be great next season if they can do that. But as I said, with the match day away programmes, of course, congratulations to Watford, who you would have watched that if you've watched it now. Watford would have won the league, won the table, were the top of the match day away programme watch, if you like, that I do, the table that I do. So well done to Watford. And I will be doing a little covers thing as well. And although City's have been quite bland, if you think of this Kevin De Bruyne on just players, they did have at least one I can think of that was slightly different that will feature in this top 10 covers. I'm fairly sure. I've not looked through them all yet. It might not even make the top 10. I might give it an honourable mention if need be. But I'll do a little little top 10 of the best cover designs. The design of the covers, I did the same last year, so it's not necessarily. It could be poor old Peterborough at the bottom. Of course, they finished bottom of the Programme League, but the cover design might win it for him. I think last year we had something very similar. Someone didn't do very well, but the actual cover was excellent and actually was what I thought anyway. It's only what I think, guys. It's no big thing, but I love your input as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that one as well. And of course, I'll give you this half-time quiz answer. Yes, which former City player scored for Villa in a 1-1 draw at Villa Park in October 2009? Did you get it? Of course, it was Dunny, wasn't it? Richard Dunn. So, thanks for joining me. As I said, there may be a slight tweak. Let me know what you think. A slight tweak of the format. I do plan on doing something like this, so very similar. Timescale-wise, it's not too bad. I try and keep it between 10 and 12 minutes, and that's fine. So that's not a big problem. I try and get a bit more background information, history as well, not just verbatim from here. I just try and find things out about players and stuff like that as well and give you that information. So it's a little bit more than just a straightforward read through the programmes. But yeah, I might do a few tweaks. Let me know what you think anyway, guys. What you like, what you don't like, etc., etc. Say it's one of the more niche vlogs I do for, obviously number wise on views, etc. Anyway, thanks for joining me for this. As I say, please join me back with that. Check out the away day programme one and have a look at Watford's competitors, the last couple of competitors anyway, and nearly knocked them off top spot, not quite, but have a check of those, have a look back at some of them, that'll be great as well. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Till we meet again, I only ask one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.